Good afternoon. Welcome to Hidden Horror. How are you guys doing today? So, today I'm here. I've already completed the videos for Ethan Chapin and also his girlfriend, Zaina Konoto. And this was just reaction to Brian Kohlberger pleading guilty. Well, today I'm here. I'm going to go over the reaction from Madison Mogen's family and Kaylee Gonsalves family. Okay. So I'm first going to go over the reaction from Madison Mogen's family. Overall, um, let me pull up a picture of Maddie because I'm talking about her. Um, her family overall, they seem to be relieved that all of this is now behind them and they can look forward to their future, to the path that they're going to be on, with, which appears to be a path really of healing and peace. I think overall, Maddie's death took a toll on them emotionally, and it's been really hard for them to go on. And that this is closure for them, that Brian Kohlberger has pled guilty, and the looming idea that the trial was coming, that they would have to go physically, see him, face him, hear what happened to all four victims, Maddie, Kaylee, Ethan, and Zaina. That was going to be really hard for them. So now they're able to move forward. Now, I want to get into more details. So I'm going to turn over to an article that's on KIVITV.com. It's an article. The article is dated July 2nd, 2025. It's written by the Associated Press and it's titled Madison Mogen's Family Says They Support Kohlberger's Plea Agreement. Leander James, an attorney for the parents of Madison Mogen, addressed the large press pool standing outside the courthouse on Wednesday. We support the plea agreement 100%, James said. In the days leading up to the plea hearing, the family of Kaylee Gonsalves blasted the plea deal and said they were firmly against it. While we know there are some who do not support it, we ask that they respect our belief that this is the best outcome for the victims, their families, and the state of Idaho, James said. He continued, we now embark on a new path. We embark on a path of hope and healing. So I want to take us to that press conference. So let me share my screen. And we'll listen to the press conference. It's a little bit, about 6 minutes long. This video is provided by Forbes Breaking News. It's titled Full Statement. Family of Madison Mogen respond to Kohlberger guilty plea deal in Idaho student murders.
Good afternoon. I'm Leander James from the law firm of James, Vernon and Weeks in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. I'm a victims' rights attorney. For the past 2 years, I've had the privilege and the honor to provide pro bono representation in this criminal case for Karen Laramie and Scott Laramie, the loving mother and stepfather of Maddy Mogen. I will be reading a statement of gratitude today from the Laramies. 962 days ago, we lost our Maddy, our kind, loving, vivacious, and caring daughter full of purpose and promise. We are grateful for the gift of her life, and we have grieved the loss of that life during each of these 962 days. We love you, Maddy, and we miss you. We are grateful for the gift of the young, vivacious, promising lives of Kaylee, Xana, and Ethan. And we deeply, deeply mourn their senseless loss. We remain in solidarity with their families and friends, and we continue to shower them with our prayers and support. We are grateful for their prayers, love, and support that they have given us. They have helped us and sustained us during our darkest times. We are grateful to the prosecutor, Bill Thompson, and his dedicated and caring team, including victim coordinators, Kim and Stacy, who have helped to guide us through the sometimes confusing and disorienting legal process. Thank you for all your dedicated, diligent, and tireless commitment to justice and the successful outcome reached today. We support the plea agreement 100%. While we know there are some who do not support it, we ask that they respect our belief that this is the best outcome possible for the victims, their families, and the state of Idaho. We extend our deep gratitude to the many law enforcement officers and staff who worked tirelessly to obtain the critical evidence that brought justice today, including the Moscow Police Department, the FBI, the Idaho State Patrol, and the Latah County Sheriff's Department. We are deeply grateful to Judge Hippler and Judge John Judge before him. We thank you for your diligence, thoughtfulness, and judicial guidance. We appreciate the difficult work you have done to balance the rights of all involved and to uphold the rule of law. You have had our prayers and support throughout this case. We send our love and gratitude to the many family and friends who have supported us, cared for us, and helped us to heal our open emotional wounds. To the good people of North Idaho, who have showered us with kindness and support, we thank you. We also mourn today with you the recent tragic and senseless loss of two brave North Idaho firefighters. We extend our prayers and support to their families. You are not alone. We understand your pain. For all parents who have endured the loss of a child, we know recovery is a long and at times an almost unbearable journey. But you are not alone. And there is hope and there is healing. We thank those in the press who have respected our privacy and the grieving process, and the privacy and grieving process of the families of Kaylee, Xana, and Ethan. To others in the press, we gently encourage you to do the same. We thank the many people across our nation and beyond who have reached out to us, prayed for us, and extended their kindness. You too have helped us on our journey to heal. We now embark on a new path. We turn from tragedy and mourning. We turn from darkness and uncertainty of the legal process to the light of the future. We have closure. We embark on a path of hope and healing. We invite all of those who have mourned with us to join us, and we wish you well. Thank you. I will now share a few words of my own. Over the past 2 years, I've been amazed and humbled by Karen and Scott's strength, endurance, and faith. They have uplifted me and so many. They founded a nonprofit to help others in the name of Maddy. They have been a beacon of hope amidst a dark and tragic time. To those young and bright attorneys out there looking for purpose and meaning in your profession, I invite you to join the effort of crime victim attorneys to bring victims justice with compassion, empathy, humility, and understanding. This case is not the end of violence. This case is not the end of lawlessness. We need your help to bring hope and healing to the innocent caught in the crossfire of life. Thank you all.
Okay, so that was the statement on behalf of Madison Mogen's mother and her stepdad, the Laramie's. Okay, now let's hear from Madison Mogen's father. So I'm going to share my screen. This video is provided by Cram 2 News. It's titled, Father of One of University of Idaho Murder Victims Speaks on Expected Koberger Plea Change. This video is about 3 minutes long.
We are tracking major developments this morning in the Moscow murders case. We have learned that the suspect, Brian Koberger, plans to take a plea deal that would take the death penalty off the table.
Creme 2's Christian Garza joins us this morning with reaction to this decision, including from a family of one of the 4 victims who is not happy with how this turned out. Christian?
We are expecting that Brian Koberger will change his plea in court tomorrow. Families of the 4 University of Idaho students tell us they were sent an email with a letter attached saying he's agreed to plead guilty on all 4 counts of first-degree murder. Koberger is charged with murdering Kaylee Gonsalves, Ethan Chapin, Xana Kernodle, and Madison Mogen in their off-campus home 2.5 years ago. The plea deal comes just 2 months before the trial was originally scheduled to start. In exchange for pleading guilty, Koberger will receive 4 consecutive life sentences. Prosecutors had been seeking the death penalty if he were found guilty. This plea also has Koberger waiving his right to appeal. Benjamin Mogen, Madison's father, sat down with CBS News to talk about this new development in his daughter's murder case and what it means not just for the victims' families moving forward, but Brian Koberger as well.
Yeah, it's going to be nothing nice to go through for the rest of your life. And he'll have to think about that every day, all the terrible things that he allegedly did. And, yeah, you know, there's pros and cons to everything. But if you get a quick death sentence, then, you know, you don't have to spend decades thinking about how terrible you made the world. Yeah, I think it's justice when you don't have to torture families that have been already through the most horrific thing they could ever imagine, you know.
After the decision to take the plea deal was made, another family of one of the 4 victims, Kaylee Gonsalves, sent a strong statement about the plea deal, saying in part, the Latah County Prosecutor's Office's treatment of our family during this process is something I wouldn't wish on anyone. We weren't even called about the plea. We received an email with a letter attached. That's how Latah County's Prosecutor's Office treats murder victims' families. Our family is frustrated right now, and that will subside, and we will come together as always and deal with the reality that we face moving forward. We have that full statement from the Gonsalves family up on our website, creme.com. Details for this new development in this case are still limited, but we are keeping an eye on what you at home can expect from tomorrow's court hearing. In studio, Christian Garza, Creme 2 News.
And our Amanda Rowley will be in Boise tomorrow to report on the Koberger plea hearing. Watch for her reports from the courthouse. We also plan to bring you the hearing live on Creme 2 Plus. You can download it now on your TV and watch for free.
Okay, so I wanted you to hear all of Maddie's parents and their reaction to Brian Kohlberger changing his plea and pleading guilty. For them, they have closure. They're accepting of the plea. They're satisfied with the results of the plea. They feel that they don't have to struggle with all of the legal proceedings and attending and hearing this information. And I have to respect that. I do. You know, I can only imagine how hard it is for them. So I want to tell you that on the Hidden Horror Facebook page, there is a link to Maddie Mogen's obituary. If you want to find out more information about her, you know, it's going to be contained in that link. I do want to share one more video. This is some of the comments made about Maddie from the memorial service that they had for the students. I do want to tell you that there is a scholarship which was mentioned by Madison Mogen's mother and stepdad attorney. It's called the Madison Mogen Scholarship, and that's really to help future students financially, so that's great. I'm going to share my screen now. We have a video that's about 2 minutes long. It's by King 5 Seattle. They did a short video for each of the victims, and it's called Remembering Idaho Murder Victims, Who Was Madison Mogen. So I'll enlarge my screen here and we can watch this together.
Being comfy, cute pink things, smiling, dancing, and laughing. These are just some of the things Madison Mogen's friends and family remember that the 21-year-old loved.
It's just always making the best of every situation.
Maddie, as she was known, was from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho.
Maddie was such an easygoing, loving child growing up.
Her family says she was inquisitive and curious. Big Steelers fans, her stepfather Scott Laramie shares a favorite memory from Maddie's time growing up.
Just watching the game with her, and every time the Steelers scored, I'd pick her up and I'd hold her high in the air and we'd celebrate together, and she'd always just laugh so hard at that.
Maddie grew up in northern Idaho with her best friend Kaylee Consalvis.
They were inseparable from the 6th grade on. The two of them were a force not to be reckoned with. They stuck together through everything.
Maddie loved to travel, especially with Kaylee and her family.
They were sisters. She was one of ours.
At the University of Idaho, Maddie was majoring in marketing. She worked at the Mad Greek restaurant and was using her marketing skills to run a social media campaign for the eatery. She was also a member of the Pi Beta Phi sorority. Her freshman year, Maddie met her boyfriend, Jake Schreiger. The couple dated for 2 years.
Maddie was my best friend. She was the first person I talked to every morning and the last person I talked to before bed.
Jake says Maddie knew her worth. She was beautiful, inside and out. And if you needed a shoulder to cry on, that was Maddie too.
Maddie was the best at spreading love to all of those that were close to her.
They say this is
Okay. Kind of glad that video is over because, it doesn't get easier. It doesn't get easier. get a picture up of Maddie. You know, we just never know what any of the victims would have become. Individually, they all seem like just wonderful young people. And this loss is just a tremendous loss. I am grateful that Maddie's family, they're able to move forward. They're not being tormented anymore with the trial, with the press. And that prayerfully, hopefully, they will get to a place of normalcy, peace, that they will again have joy and laughter. Day in and day out, sometimes minute by minute. So hard at times. So it makes me happy that they are getting what they need from the legal process, which I believe for them is closure. For me, I feel that they have received this closure and they're able to move on. And that is what they need, and that is the most important for them. So I have to be accepting of that as well for them and their family. And just out of mere respect, allow them that. So thank you for spending this time with me. I really, really appreciate it. The last victim, Kelly Gonsalves, I will do her video next. Please remember, stay safe, stay smart, stay savvy. Be well, all my friends. Bye, everybody.